Sheek Squad back in the building with another video. Yes, I'm gonna do my intro today. I haven't did my intro in a minute, but I'm gonna do it today. But anyway, if you are new to this channel, make sure you push that subscribe button and make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you are watching Marriage Boot Camp. Season 11, this is episode 2. So we're gonna get right into it because this is a lot. Then you know it ended with Mama D and Ernest fussing. So it starts back off with Mama D and Ernest fussing, and she putting her hands on him or whatever. And so Dr. Ish, she comes in, and you know everybody like, what's going on? What's going on? You know, everybody all in their room. And so Dr. Ish, you know, sits them down, and he's like, look, y'all can't put your hands on nobody in this house. You know, so Mama D, you cannot put your hands on Ernest. You have to keep your hands off that man. And that's period in the whole household. You know, so that kind of went down. Mama D like, okay, you know, she understand. Okay, so then we get to scene 2. So that's when everybody waking up or whatever. And so Mama D and Ernest, they kind of wake up fussing. I guess, you know, Mama D and Ernest, they've been married, I guess, so long, and they know each other like so well or whatever, that, you know, I mean, it's that point now where they probably, all they do is probably argue, you know. And so that's when they're having like the one-on-one session. So they got like all the men outside like working out, because you know Ernest, he's like institutionalized, so he outside working out, kind of like, you know, that jail stuff. And like, so all the boys out there working out. Aubrey is talking to Desiree, and she is talking about how Pauly D wants her to kind of be like a club girl, like look like a club girl. So that's basically here nor there. So let's get into the exercise. So we get to outside because it's time for a marriage boot camp exercise, and we see the horses. And so like Aubrey, she like, oh, I love the horses. I love the smell of horse, you know, manure. And ain't that like crazy because of the fact that they already said that she don't clean up behind her dogs and all that stuff. So for her to love the smell of like horse poop, it's like, okay, Aubrey, whatever. Exercise is where they have to scoop up some horse poop and take it to the pile. And every time they pick up the horse poop, they have to let their partner know something about them that like they need to work on. And so they also explain again, no putting your hands on anybody in the house. So that's like a big thing. Don't put your hands on nobody. All right. Uma carries his, and he just says how like Kwani feels like insecure now, because ever since Kwani had the baby, she been on birth control, she said that she's not like sexually attracted like to have sex no more. But I believe that, you know, because like I have had birth control before in my life, and it like really messed up my menstrual cycle. Like my menstrual cycle was off so bad, like I bled and bled for like 2 weeks when I was taking birth control. Like, so, and then when I did try, that was on just the pills. And then when I tried the depot made me gain 30 pounds, no lie, 30 pounds on depot. So it is some side effects to that birth control, and I'm not going to take that away from her. But I also want to know, is it because she's not attracted to Puma? You know what I mean? I mean, I know she was attracted to him way back then. Look at how old, you know, their baby is now. You know what I mean? I know she was attracted to him at one point, you know, because they was together. But did the attraction for him kind of fade too? That's why, you know, that's what I'm wondering, like. Because, I mean, when you look at Puma, like, I don't know. Like, I'm not going to say Puma just, I don't know. You know what I mean? But for me, I could see it being hard for me to just, like, lay up with him every night. You know what I'm saying? Just because, like, he sometimes he could be annoying. And then sometimes just physically, he just be looking crazy. You know what I mean? His mouth be, like, husky and stuff. No offense, Puma, but, you know, he be, like, looking husky and ashy and stuff. It just, like, it's not really attractive all the time, you know, to me. So then, Pauly D and Aubrey, her issue is, like, she feel like Pauly D is just always, he is, like, institutionalized, as in the Jersey Shore. So she feel like everything about Pauly D always goes back to Jersey Shore. That's all he know. That's all his life is. But in my opinion, That's where he come from. That's his come up. You know what I mean? Like, you know how some people are, like, where their best moments in their life, sometimes it's hard to get people away from that. Some people. Now, Aubrey, you started off of Making the Band. So it's like, you probably try to, like, block out those moments, because we have heard a lot of things about you from that Making the Band show. You know, allegedly, you, Diddy, all that. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, you don't want to, like, revisit where you came from, like, where your come from. But you can't say that this man not supposed to talk about where he came from. But I mean, I understand if it could get annoying because you wasn't a part of that, you know. But maybe you should take and try to relate to him by talking about where you come from, because y'all both came up off of reality shows. You know what I mean? All right, so then we got Kim and Wynn. You know, Wynn, he want hot young girl. So, like, she feels like, you know, he want her to be more like what he likes. And I just don't understand that with Wynn. You know what I mean? It's just kind of annoying to me. Like, just, I mean, Kim, like, do you have to be with this man? Like, what is, like, he providing for you to want to put up with that? You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of annoying to me. I couldn't take no man to just tell me he wants somebody younger and all that. I just couldn't take it. I don't see how she do it. And Mama D and Ernest, it was more like the verbal abuse thing. How Ernest sometimes can be verbally abusive to Mama D. And I could believe that, because, like, when you, even though she has her issues, but him being her partner, when he, like, bash on her, bang, 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 sometimes it make her lash out, because she, you know how, like, you know where your issues lie. So when somebody kind of calls you out on it and they just kind of beat it down in you all the time and make you snap, instead of, like, trying to help me get through the things that I fall short of as my partner, you should try to help me instead of beating me down. And so that's where her anger comes out, and she'll just be like, all she knows is, like, that's where what kind of life she come from. She come from a kind of life where when she get frustrated, she get physical. That's her way, you know. Like Ernest, I think his trigger was drugs, because he have been, you know, I don't know if y'all know, but he has been a drug user. Like on the show Love and Hip Hop, Mama D said that one day she couldn't find Ernest, and she couldn't find him for a while, and when she did find him, he was somewhere smoking crack, you know. So that's his outlet. He'll go smoke some crack, allegedly, but that is not just allegedly. That is like something that Mama D has said out her own mouth. So Kristen Desiree, his issue with her is that he feel like she's not independent. He feels like she always, like, depends on validation from somebody, or she just can't be more independent in her own way. Desiree and Chris, it's gonna take a while before you really get into what is going on with them. You know what I mean? Because they are going to give you that little watered down, sugar coated stuff, so that you never really get a lot of information. They're just going to give you the bare minimum just to keep you interested to a certain degree. But at the same time, they're going to just give you enough. You know what I mean? But not the real. You know, it's couples like that. It's real frustrating, because we not trying to make them have problems. But I'm like, okay, if y'all don't got no problems, then why y'all here? You feel what I'm saying? Why are y'all here? Like, y'all here for a check, okay? Y'all here for a check. So if y'all need to pitch your relationship out on TV to get a check, that's a problem right there, if you ask me. You feel? Then Pauly D feels like Aubrey is trying to be his therapist, you know, and he don't got time for it. And then so Mama D and Ernest, they end up arguing again right in their little exercises. You're gonna see that a lot. You know, they gonna do that. And Desiree, she also feels like Chris cares about what people think, and which he do. Like, on one scene, it's where he don't even want her to hug and kiss on him in public because he worried about what people gonna say. But yet they came off this show like really, how can you really truly like I just feel like he got something against her. Like, I feel like he won the show, he's with her, but he still got an issue with the fact that he had to fight for her love with all these different men. And now that the fight is over and he won, it's like now you got this woman, and it's like you don't even know that's what you really want. You know, you just wanted her because it was a competition. And, you know, men love a competition. Men love a challenge. You know what I mean? Because I just don't feel the vibe. Like, I just don't feel the vibe there. I don't know what is it that Chris really like. But I just don't feel the vibe there like that. I just don't. I just feel like it was TV, you know? So that's when Aubrey comes out and she reveals that Pauly D is a cheater. And so that is going to be like a big issue with their relationship that really came out. Like, Pauly D is cheating. And I mean, you know, I believe that, of course, a man like him, all the attention that he get, he going to have a lot of women come his way. But that don't necessarily mean that he is completely like humping a different girl every night, because at the same time he done did it so much. You know, like he told her, he said, of course a woman can tell you, yeah, they had me because I done had a lot of sex in my life. I mean, have y'all watched Jersey Shore? Like, they done had girls every single night. So I mean, I ain't saying that he is cheating, but he done had a point where he done had that now. So I can't say that this man is cheating every single night on Aubrey. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't. And then Wynn just revealed that Kim is his girlfriend now. I'm over. I am so over Wynn. I am over him. So then once they do all the horse stuff, they tell him to look underneath for the pile. And you know what, a horse poop, they taking the horse poop back and forth. But once they get done, they tell them to look underneath their pile. Underneath their pile is a suitcase. So they tell them that the suitcase represents their baggage. So what they got to do is they got to handcuff themselves to the luggage, and they got to take the luggage around all day as their baggage. So all day long, you know how they do the little exercise. All day long, they walking around with this, you know, thing. And it's like, it seemed like to me, Ernest, he always just like so interested in, because like when they was putting the handcuffs on Ernest, he was just like, it's just like he's so institutionalized, like you can really see it. And so then that's when everybody is just like walking around the house, you know, the regular chill down time. Everybody is like chilling or whatever. So Puma and Pauly D, they seems to be able to hit it off real good. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a North thing, you know, Jersey, New York, you know what I mean? Maybe it's that vibe. And then Puma is wild and outgoing, and Pauly D is wild, outgoing. So they seem to hit it off really good. And what was it's really, it really caught me off guard, because I didn't think they would hit it off the way that they do in my own way. Like, you know, it's something when you see who do hit it off real good. So they hit it off pretty well. And it's understandable though, because Puma come from that tattoo life and all of that. So it's the same type of lifestyle. So they sitting down talking, and Pauly D is just like, he just don't want to be labeled as a cheater. And the Dr. Ish and Dr. V, you know, they be watching everybody. And so they just was like, they feel as though like Pauly wants everybody to be on his side, because as long as he has people on his side to believe what he's saying, then it makes him feel good, you know, because he don't want to be labeled as the bad guy. He's one of those type of guys. To me, that's what you call like a narcissist. And I'm not trying to label Pauly D as a narcissist, but I'm just saying, kind of the guys that don't want you to see the truth of them and always want to be painted as the pretty person and a good person, that's like a narcissist to me. Like, you know, you always try to cover up your wrong and you never can own up your wrong, you know what I mean? And that makes Aubrey mad. So they go, and Dr. Ish and Dr. V, they like shut down that conversation right there with Puma, and they call Aubrey and Pauly up in that room. Aubrey is crying, and Pauly like, that's all she do is cry. And you know, they're telling Pauly, you need to hug her, you need to love on her, like, you know, you need to let her know that she's gonna be okay. And that's what Pauly need to understand. Like, you want everybody to be on your side, even if you in the wrong, but you don't know how to love this girl. What do you really want with this girl? Because Aubrey, she's frustrated. I don't understand. I understand why she with Pauly. I think she really feeling him. Like, I really do think that's the kind of guys that she like. She go after the kind of cooler guys that kind of still in her race bracket, because she had on her little phone posits and stuff. You know, she's a swagged out girl, but I don't think she's going to necessarily want to date like a black guy. I'm not saying she hasn't dated black guys, but I think she kind of want to stick to a guy more in her bracket that she can relate to, even though she is more urban, like as in some of her actions are real urban-like to me, you know, but I think she kind of want to stick to the guy in her race bracket, kind of in her range, and not go outside of her race too hard, but she still ended up with the same type of guys, you know what I mean? They just saying, Paul, you need to love this girl if that's who you want to be with. So then they back out, everybody's chilling, they take them outside, and they have to do the obstacle course. They have to pick up each trait pertaining to their partner, and they have to grab 5 of them before they get to the finish line. And during the finish line, there's little landmines that like spray up foam. And so everybody is doing their thing, foam flying out, this and this and that. It's just a, you know, regular exercise. And so Chris ended up winning. As usual. Is that surprising? Is that surprising? So he win, and then they're like, what about Desiree? Or, you know, do I supposed to get Desiree? He just left Desiree out there. You know, he just worried about winning. And just like he was with his relationship, he just wanted to win. Like, Chris, you just wanted to win. That's it. You just wanted to win this woman. You know, now you got her and you don't even want her. It's still a competition to you. You know what I mean? Chris, I'm starting to see your true colors. I'm trying to tell you, I'm starting to see. You one of them, you know, you one of those. You feel me? Shoot. Then Ernest did end up going back for his lady. And everything kind of like ended off pretty good. So they tell them to open up their suitcase. They dumped up all the stuff. Come to find out, the keys to get out was right in the suitcase. So the whole time, the moral of the story is that you're walking around with baggage, and sometimes the key to solve your baggage is right in front of you. So that was like a good message to show them, like, y'all carrying all this baggage when y'all can just, the key is right in front of you to let go of, unlock the lock and let go of this baggage, but y'all choose to hold on to it all day long. So they get back in the house, and the new exercise for the end of the night for evaluation is to take one of the traits and then kind of like explain it. Desiree, just like she just want validation. Aubrey is over it. She's like, I'm not even doing this exercise. She over it. And I understand, like Aubrey, girl, you know what I mean? Girl. Paulie D, I see that this relationship could work, though. I really do. It's just, y'all have to sit those egos aside. Y'all are both the same to me. But Aubrey do needs a man that's going to love her. And Paulie is so into himself. Like, you know? So, Aubrey doesn't do the exercise. And Paulie laughs at her when she cries. Like, he's so used to her crying that he just, like, over it. Now, I don't think that Puma and Kwani I don't think that Puma don't love Kwani. I believe he really loves his wife. I just believe that he is annoying. He's aggravating. He does too much. He's too, like, attention-seeking. And I believe that Kwani is just over him. But I do believe he loves her, you know. So they all sitting down ready to get the evaluation. Ernest runs out. Ernest is having some type of health issues. He's fine, though. It's just he just getting older. He's an older guy. You don't know what was going on. Me personally, I felt like he was scared because he knew there was evaluation coming. And then this is the first episode where Judge Lynn Toler come out and, hey, Judge, I love me some Judge Lynn Toler. Like, I grew up on her. I love her. She is like an inspiration to the black woman, honey. And I love how she can speak so well. She uses big words and she know what they mean. And I know that might sound corny, but girl, how you doing? Like, I'm trying. But anyway, I feel like Ernest was scared of what was the evaluation. That's what I believe. Because he wasn't there. So then the judge, she come out and she give her evaluation. She been watching them all day. And Puma and Kwani, she tells them, Puma need to know how to stop. Stop, Puma. That's what her thing is to him. You need to learn how to stop. When that girl is saying something, you got your point across, she get it, stop saying it. Winnie Kim, she just want to know, do you love her? That's what I want to know. What is you doing? Why is you there, Win? Why is you there? Because, like, Win, and then another part, he was sitting up there talking to Aubrey and them when they was outside. Win, you know what I mean? Aubrey is more his type of girl, even though that's just a younger version of Kim. Like, Win, I am so over this man. Can some young girl please come take this man off Kim's hands? Please. And somebody just keep giving Kim a check so she don't feel like she need to have this man. Young girl, come take him. That's what I would tell him if I was Kim. Take him. Shoot, I was sick of him. And Desiree and Chris, she feels like Chris need to make Desiree feel like she is someone. And I feel that. Not just a competition girl, but somebody. Okay? It's not a competition no more. It's real life. Okay, Chris? Stop faking it. That's the problem. That's what the problem is with these kind of couples like this. I'm sorry to say, and I'm not trying to be like that, but you know, you got these people out here who always got to try to make things look so good, and I'm over that. We're not in that. We're not living in them times no more, honey. You don't got to make everything look good. I ain't saying you got to go out here and act the fool. That's not what I'm saying, but you don't have to make everything look good. Paulie and Aubrey, she said the relationship not right. It's not right. So the punishment is on Paulie and Aubrey. And the punishment is that Aubrey has to wear the queen crown and Paulie has to treat her like a queen the whole day. And the irony of the whole situation is that when he was doing his little, catering to her, he was rubbing her feet and he was like, oh, these feet stink. Your feet stink so bad. I'm like, gosh, Paulie, you just like annoying. Like, if her feet stink, why didn't you get her some water? If you're catering to her, you just did it because they told you to. If you was really catering to her, if her feet stink, go run some bath water. Run her a hot bubble bath. Tell her go get in the tub. Like, come on. Then it kind of ends off with, what's her name? Kim. Kim don't sleep at night. What I was telling y'all in the last episode, she allegedly, y'all don't see all that? You wouldn't be able to sleep at night either, would you? All right, but I'm just gonna leave that date right there, like that. All right. So that's the end of this review, y'all, and I'm enjoying it because like I'm able to like be entertained from these crazy couples, but. If you make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you're watching the marriage boot camp, and make sure you subscribe to this channel if you're new. Comment your thoughts and stuff below. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.